Oh, hi, everybody. This is Joellen Newman. It's Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, and Entrepreneurs on the Rise show is here again for you. And I am very excited because, if you've heard me before, I love hosting other entrepreneurs. Even though I'm a coach, a life and business coach, and I focus on a lot of one-on-one coaching, I really like to host other entrepreneurs. And why do I do that? Is because it expands their name, their brand, their awareness to maybe a new tribe. And I think that especially in this time of the COVID that we've had to deal with over, a little over a year now, everybody needs a little bit of oomph to say, hey, here I am. This is what I'm doing. This is, my expertise. And I think it's really my honor to represent these people and have them come on. And I am really excited tonight because Mina Habibi, I had the honor of meeting with her probably, just in the past 6 months, and really liked her. I knew immediately, and we didn't get to chat immediately, but I knew immediately she was very intuitive. I could keen in on that. And so I'm going to just share with you a little bit about her tonight and help you just fall in love with her as much as I have. So she is the creatrix behind 10th House Creative. And for you astrologers out there, we're definitely going to get that. And creates dynamic and genuine branding design and photography for heart-centered businesses. And right, that's what we are. Entrepreneurial empaths, yes, and small mission-driven nonprofits. She uses her intuitive vision and strategic reflection to boost your visibility so that you can play big and shine bright. Mina is also an artist, a yogini, and a yoga instructor, cat lady, no, not crazy, cat lady, and a flower junkie. And when she's not creating soulful brands, she's working toward her yearning to create a flower farm with a senior feline sanctuary. Oh my God, I love that. She finds truth in nature and believes that magic resides in everything. Oh my God, I love it. And what's so cool about this is that, you were really wanting to talk about ritual at work. And so because of your eclectic, your creativeness and your intuitiveness, your empathicness, but you channel that through photography and artistry, but how does that coalesce into a ritual that, because when I think, and first of all, everybody does ritual. I don't care. You may not like the term, but everybody does ritual. And let me give you just one common phrase in every single household. Which way do you put the toilet paper on? Right? That exactly. Is a ritual. How do we get ready for this show? I have dinner. I help my family cleans up. I come in and I clean up. That's a ritual. So using ritual at work. And by the way, I'm not live streaming on LinkedIn tonight, but it will be there tomorrow. So I want everybody on LinkedIn to be able to see this. But having a ritual, I think, is comforting and soothing and important, really, sometimes for organizations. So I can't wait to listen.
Awesome. Well, Joe, Ellen, thank you, first of all, for having me on your show this evening and for also providing this platform for entrepreneurs to come on and chat and not only connect with your audience and your tribe, but also to just share what we know so that, somebody might pick it up and run with it and who knows where it could take them. You know what I mean? So thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So yeah, ritual, you were saying like ritual that we all do it. Brushing your teeth when you get up in the morning, that's a ritual. Drinking your coffee, whatever it is. So the way that I see ritual is that it's not necessarily like this big, drawn out, long ceremonial event, which of course they can be, like a wedding is a ritual, baby showers are rituals, all those kind of events are rituals, but that it's also creating intention for the task you're about to undertake. Whether that is to relax on Saturday morning with your cup of coffee, or whether it's to create a sacred container for your creativity or your work or what you're about to do that day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've always been drawn to, doing certain little things in certain ways to create grounding for myself, for one thing, because it just kind of helps to get my head out of the clouds and just bring me into the present moment. So a good example of that I do as related to work, but isn't work, is I make sure that I clean my kitchen the night before, because I often work in my kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And so having that ritual done of the clean kitchen sets me up for a good work day the next day. So that's kind of been ongoing since I started working for myself. But recently I've gotten more into these little rituals and things to do to boost my work and creativity with clients. And one of those specifically is related to my photography clients.
Nice.
And so
nice.
most of
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah. And when we do this for you, even though it's going to be remote, which is kind of a whole new thing, we're still going to go through this process, because even though it's through the ethers, it's still going to make an impact. So last year I was in a master class for photographers, and the teacher was talking about, when you do a photo shoot for somebody to represent their brand, their magic, their talents and gifts, it's a creative collaboration between two people. It's not one-ended.
Right.
And it's an event. It is an occasion. It's an experience, and it needs to be treated as such. As it's a big deal. You don't have a photo shoot every single day. So she was suggesting that we do things to honor that. And so I was like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? So I'm also a yoga teacher. And if you've ever taken a yoga class, the first thing that you do after you get settled is you ground and center. You start breathing deeply, just to kind of get rid of all the muck from the day, release, and come into the present moment, so that you're not bound and tethered with all of your junk from the day. I was like, okay, well, that's one thing I could do, is just help my client come into the present moment, myself as well, because we've been commuting to get to where we're going. There's been hair and makeup, there's been going through clothes, and a lot of times all the stuff that people bring with them, it looks like a suitcase exploded with all the clothing and all that.
Right.
And so the first thing we do is we ground and center. So just kind of walk clients through taking some deep breaths and grounding, and getting into the earth and connecting to the higher realms for the creative juices to start flowing. And then we connect with our internal creativity and let that expand. And we let it expand within ourselves, and then out from ourselves within the room that we're going to be in. And then beyond that, because sometimes we go to different locations. So we kind of make this creative bubble so that we have this container for the creative collaboration that's about to take place.
Okay.
And then I suggest that in that container, we are both confident, we're both empowered, we're both grounded, we're both creative, and we're both badass.
I love it.
And so I make this suggestion, and the whole time I'm burning Palo Santo to just kind of cleanse everything too. And and then after we're done with that, we draw a card. So I'm a bit of an oracle card junkie.
Yay!
Yeah. And so the ones that I've started using recently are the Sacred Creators Oracle. This is an amazing deck for creators and business people.
Yes.
But so we pull a card for the client, which could be anything from, let your heart flow to you are the muse, to whatever, as kind of our guiding principle for the day.
Right.
And I cannot tell you how powerful that has been since I started doing it. So I started doing it towards the end of last year.
Right.
And I do it with every single session now. It doesn't matter if it's a 20-minute headshot or if it's a all day branding. We're going to all these different places. Do it with every single one now. And it has made just a profound difference in the way that I work. I think the way that my client feels in a comfort level and confidence level, as well as the results in the images. I mean, I'm just kind of like blown away where it's like, wow, we got all of this in like this amount of time, and these images are just amazing. And yeah, so that's one thing that I've started doing. And then I have other.
I just want to say, I just want to share with you that for me, this is so much less intimidating having a remote or a virtual remote photo shoot, only because I don't like to be photographed.
Most people don't.
Oh, is that
yeah.
true?
Yeah.
Some people are just so amazingly beautiful. It's like, yes, and whatever. And they just have the, I mean, and I'm, you know, I coach about confidence, but in this one arena, I'm not really so confident. And so having someone who, first of all, the distance feels safer for me. Like, okay. And knowing that you pull cards, because I love that whole energy. And by the way, on Monday mornings, in my newsletter, if you sign up to my newsletter, I specifically use Chris Ann Donnelly's deck for Sacred Creators reading for the week. I know, isn't that? And you guys, I didn't even know this, but totally synchronicity happening. But I do that simply because I do think it gives very specific messages for the entrepreneur. And I think that we forget about just different things to remember as we go about our strategy and our organization. So I think that's so cool that we're in line with that. But I love that you do this whole aspect of getting me ready, you ready, and then we're both in this bubble of energy.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. It is powerful. And you know, as when you were talking about your weekly reading with the Sacred Creators deck, I just got this deck recently. It was a gift from my best friend. So I had started this year doing monthly business readings so that I could have just kind of like some guidance, another ritual, right? And I used the start, stop, continue spread, where one card is to start doing something, the next is to stop doing something, and the last is to continue.
Oh, wow.
And so I started doing that in January. And so then I keep those cards up right by my monitor, so that I can see them every day when I'm working, and be reminded, this is what I'm supposed to continue to do to up-level myself, or to move forward, or to reach this particular goal, or whatever it is. So it's that constant reminder, you know?
It is. And I think that by doing that ritual, and people can find maybe their own ways to do their ritual, like you have yours, but as you help with the branding and logos and websites, because I know you do all of that, you know, creating your own ritual in order to get the work for them in just the right energy so that it comes through in what is developed for them, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So another thing that I do when I'm working with design or photography clients, because I spend time on the, I guess, the front end before I actually meet with them in person, you know, figuring out what we're going to do, what their vibe is, where we're going to go, you know, all the logistics, as well as what the energy and feels are going to be. And so I will sit down and burn something. Usually it's Palo Santo. It's always just to clear the space. I've recently been turned on to mugwort, which is to like bring like creative juices in. And just kind of sit and get quiet, almost like meditating, just to see what comes in. Like just opening the channels to get whatever downloads. I know, right?
I know, goosebumps.
That come.
Sure.
And so that's kind of how I start before I start, playing with colors and fonts and looking at imagery and really, getting into the nitty gritty. I just kind of open myself up. And what that leads to is like almost like a time span of this openness where, something might come in at that moment, or maybe it's coming in while I'm sleeping and I wake up, and it's like, oh, I need to remember to do this. Or, it comes through while I'm washing dishes. And so it just kind of opens that channel before I actually sit down and start, the actual, doing the work. So yeah, that's another way that I do it.
Wow, that's very cool. I think it's so incredibly powerful to be able to, especially help, there's so many people who don't understand how to brand and don't understand how to even revise their website. And believe me, I will use you as a reference as well. And I know there's various people out there who do this and are really cool at it, but I love the nuance of what you bring in, and those who are empathic and those who are intuitive and like you said in the beginning, that in your bio, it's a heart-centered business. And I think a lot of women, those who are new to entrepreneurship or those who have been in business a while, we all change, we all transform, and where are we going? And I think having that little essence and right, it's almost like having this extra help, from the universe that kind of imprints a special little energy into what you're
exactly.
So I think it's very cool. So you guys, I know Laden, thank you, Laden, for coming. Laden mentioned, I love the ritual idea.
That's awesome.
So I know some people had, I was reading notes, looked like they had a hard time using the room to get into the room. So I told them to go to Entrepreneurs on the Rise or Transforming Your Tomorrows. But if they don't watch it live, they can watch it just after that. But let's see, what did she say? Can't wait for Mina to take my yes, right? Me too, Laden, me too. It's like, this is I'm gonna have my hair done next Wednesday. So I'm all prepared, and I never go to salons. I never do. I don't do that either. And so I'm gonna do that just for this picture stuff. I know, it's like, okay, I got to do it. And I told my husband, because I can spend this money for you. I said, okay, because I need to have it done. But anyway, I just want to give you guys a little bit more information about her business. 10th House Creative works, like I said, with heart-centered businesses, entrepreneurial empaths, and small to mid-size mission-driven nonprofits to visually communicate their value to the world. Like, think yoga and meditation teachers. She is one, so she knows your business. Spiritual mentor. She is one. B, life coaches, holistic and wellness professionals, astrologers, and other esoteric arts entrepreneurs, and grassroots nonprofits. So she creates logos, websites, other marketing graphics, photos, you name it. She's created it. They help with strategy and processes and make sure clients are empowered with knowledge surrounding their brand, all done in an intuitive yet strategic way. So I want you to remember that, that if you're looking for that type of branding expert, then I think Mina is a perfect person in alignment with you. I really, really cool. I mean, it's hard. It's just amazing. I have really cool people around me with branding, and I love it. I love it. So, and the fact that it's like, okay, we're going to start with my photo. Let's just do
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
So I think you guys, Mina, how would they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so people can get me through my website, which is 10thhousecreative.com. And so that's TENTHHOUSE creative.com. And then my email is just mina@10thhousecreative.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to scroll this. Let's see. I want people to see this down below, 10th House Creative. I'm sorry, I probably should have started with that, but I'm going to post on the pages and everywhere your email as well, so that people can reach out to you if they're at the phase where they really want to discover what they're doing. You know, I had another expert on a couple of weeks ago who did branding, and she would love this tribe as well. She would, because she does it from a heart-centered place too. But this is really cool. It's a very beautiful nuance, bringing in the metaphysical, the intuitive process, and creating that ritual.
Yeah.
I think is so rich. That I don't know that other people do that. And I think that's really separates you from others. So very cool.
Awesome.
So, yeah, just a quick video tonight, just to go over how beautiful, how you can make your work even more beautiful by creating a ritual for yourself. And then reach out to Mina. This is her website. I will post her email as well. And Mina, thank you. This was very cool. I loved having you.
Thank you. And for like everybody that's out there that is a business owner or entrepreneur, I encourage them to, just pick a little thing they can do in the morning before they start their workday. Maybe that's just sitting for a minute and, placing a hand over their heart and just taking a few deep breaths and setting an intention for, today I'm going to be productive, or today I'm going to be creative. Just something really simple to start bringing that ritual into their own business, because it's a really powerful way to move yourself forward.
Ooh, nice. Nice. Yeah. That's really powerful. Yeah. So let's see. Did I miss any comments? Let's see. Oh, Laden. Both of you ladies are all beautiful. Yes, she is beautiful. Thank you. Awesome and informative chat. So very glad I joined. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Laden. Yes, and I know for sure that we will have more people who see the replay, because I get a lot from that. So
awesome.
That's the good. The good part is that people see it for long after we've finished. Everybody, thank you, entrepreneurs. Check out Mina Habibi, 10th House in creative.com, and I will post her email as well. And I hope you enjoyed tonight. It's great information, really fun. So
great. Thank you so much, Jo Ellen.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, Mina. Bye.